Hello everybody. Now, this is something different for me. So what I'm doing is I thought I'd make a video on these things. So this one, as you can tell, is used. I use this one because these are to go here. So when you do RGH 3 mods on these 4 gig Xbox 360s, this is the little spot right here. Hopefully you can see that. That's the little spot right there that you have to put wires to. Sadly, they are extremely hard to actually, not extremely hard, they're actually very fragile on actually putting your wires onto here. So what is it? I think it's the Weekend Modder. No, it's Geek Island Gaming came up with, if it focuses, with this little board. So yeah, it fits the SD tool 2.2, the 4 gig USB tool, the X Flasher 360, and the Pico Flasher. So it does fit those. So I use the X Flasher 360. I find that's the most reliablest. But I did start off with this Pico Flasher, and this is, it's missing a couple wires here. This is like the setup for 4 gig ones as well. Or is it this one? No, that's for when you want to replace the sound. Also, I have this one. I don't really use it. It's not bad. So I'll put him there. Anyway, so it's just this is just how to install this. Some tips and hints if you are doing a Pico Flasher, but I am not going to show how to actually program it or anything like that. It's just to show you how to install that, explain what you use it for. So, you know, when you have this cable here, I need to cut the end off. You know, you just follow the color combination. Now with the Pico Flasher, I have a feeling it's I'm trying to think. It's one of the 2 colors you just have to swap as well with the Pico Flasher. The other one, and the other thing is too, with the Pico Flasher as well, you do have to run a wire up here still straight on the board, but these are stronger points. So you can even, sometimes what I do is I like to, where is my, here. So this is just the regular 16 gig. I have little metal ends. They're all from resistors. So I just cut the ends off and then solder them and then put a bit of heat shrink around them. Makes the wire last a very long time. So I'll be doing that to this one as well, because this is for that. Yep, it definitely is. So cut that plug off and then wire it in that way. As well as the Pico Flasher, sometimes you need to put a 1K resistor, and this is why I said I'll show you hints and tips for the Pico Flasher as well. So what I would do is I would solder it down a little bit, showing these 2 pins up there still, because you might have to, and I will strongly suggest to run a wire from that point to the resistor. Don't solder the resistor straight to there, because the biggest thing is that I have found with these 4 gig, I think it's this one or one like I have to get a pointy thing so I can show you. So with, a bit hard to probably see because it's far up, but with this part right here, I found that if that pad tears, it's bricked your system. So that's why I love these, because every time I install one of these, it's a guarantee never have any problems with these. Where if you don't install them and you go straight on the board, you do have, and if you're using a Pico flasher as well, you have a pretty decent chance of ripping those pads. And like I said, if you rip some of these pads, you can actually see the trace, just that, even like this one I'm pointing to, it goes from there, and then there's also, it goes to there. So you have to do bit of trace fixing, like repairs and stuff like that. But this way, at least you can either leave it there permanently, or as you can tell with this one, I have used this one a couple of times. I remove it and then use it again. So very possible to reuse them. So even if you buy one, I think I sell them for $13 on my eBay store. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, you can reuse them as many times as you want, or you can do like with this one, I'm just going to leave that there and put a brand new one in, like reuse a brand new one. Anyway, we'll get to it. So always flux. And a little bit of flux over here because I use X flasher. So with the X flasher, with the Pico boot, you don't need to do anything in this area. I think it even says that solder. No, I think it says on the bottom here. Do not connect Xbox 360 Crystal if using a Pico flasher. So, like I said, don't use it. And then I'll put a little bit up here. Actually, what I usually do, let's set this aside for a second. Let's just tin those pads, because I look like I cleaned them off quite well actually last time I used it. Now, a bit of solder right here. So I usually give this a bit of a clean, this end, yep. And then just go dunk. Yep. Just like that. Oh, one missing here. Just like that. Perfect. Then I usually get this. Put that back. Then I line it up. Really, really easy to line up. Now, if you're using Pico flasher, I suggest to go down a little bit so these 2 wires are actually showing. So these 2 pads there, I'll go on this side as well. These 2 pads are showing a little bit, as you can. And you either can just use your finger or get a bit of tape, and then you just go along and just go like that. Very, very easy. And the best thing about this, it's, you know, it's a bit harder to you know, what do you call it? Because another thing you can do without it, you can actually what do you call it? Bridge them, and then bridging can cause problems as well, with especially programming it and stuff like that. So that's all good. That looks great. I'll have a look soon and see how good it is. Now, where's my? I did have a. Let's use this one. Give it a bit of a spray as well. Give it